Hi everybody. So today I'll show you how I replaced the EGR vacuum modulator. It was a pretty simple thing to do. The only thing that didn't work as planned was I knew the code, which was a P0401, I believe, and it was insufficient EGR in the EGR system or some other thing like that. So I checked my modulator and it seems all right to me. I'll show you in a minute how it looks like. And it didn't fix anything, so I thought it was a solenoid, which was not. So I didn't have the tools to do it, so I ended up taking it to the shop. And I had the shop testing all my hoses and stuff with their little vacuum pumps and stuff. So they linked it back to the vacuum modulator. So I did the order one and I changed it. So how that works is the modulator is operated with the ECU, and it sends a command to the EGR system to open the valve, and then it connects it to, it's all connected to a full circuit. I am by no means a mechanic, so I might be totally full of noodles when I talk about it, but what I've researched and that's what it was saying. So what does ECU mean is electronic control unit, and what does EGR mean? It's the exhaust gas recirculation. So it's for me it's quite foreign, but I kind of understand the base of it, so I was able to make it work. So without any further ado, I'll show you what the vacuum modulator looks on a Rav4, a 99 Rav4. This is a vacuum modulator. That's what it looks like. This one was original to the car. Toyota and Denso has a partnership, so that's why you see this, and there's the part number here. Don't ask me what these things means and what they're connected to, because I have no clue. I did not research any further. All I found was that this has a cap. Already popped it up because it's tied in with one hand. It's hard to do. And there's a little filter in here. It gets all bunked up, and I'll put this down here, and they say to blow it up and clean it, and I did clean the whole thing with no luck. So they say the abrasive part to the top back like this, and the lid has like this indentation on the sides. So they're easy to figure out, like the two little things here, they go this way and then you just click it back into place. You get the idea. I don't need to clip this back because this thing is not good. So this aside for now, and this goes here. So that's the new one. I don't remember the brand of it, but it was like a OEM part, and all it does, it clips through this clamp here, so it's quite simple. I'll use the old one here, and it sits right in the clip. You just slide it in basically in there, and underneath here there's a hose, this that you just plug back in, and then there's these three here. So that's the tool I didn't have to test all these hoses, and it goes all the way to this unit, and down below there's a little thing right down here. Anyways, it cleared my code. It took like a day, I believe, a couple of key turns, and then it was fine. So that's how you do this vacuum modulator to change it. It's quite simple, quite easy. It's just to diagnose it. If you don't have the tools, it's a little complicated. Next thing I'm gonna do on the Rav4 is changing the spark plugs. I had bought the spark sockets with the little, I'll show you, they're especially made for this, the spark plugs, and they have inside them Don't know if you can see, there's a little rubber duty to grab the spark, so it makes it easier. Otherwise you have to do it with the magnet and it's a little harder. So I'm gonna turn the camera around and I'll show you how I did change my spark plugs and the difference between an old one and a new one. Alright, so I took this one out of the box. It's a NGK. This is what it looks like. Don't know if I can focus it. There. So you see that little needle and the gap here. So that's what it looks like when it's brand new. And that's what connects to the plug wires. And this is what my old one looks like. I think they are overdone. I don't even know how the car was still kind of operating not too bad. But for sure, now I have the old ignition system replaced. I did my plug wires, which are the blue one, they're NGKs, not a long time ago. And in a previous episode, I showed you that I changed this coil pack. And this one was done a couple months prior to it. I was holding off to doing this one because you have to remove this old air intake system and everything. All the way from here, and unplug a bunch of stuff behind there to do this one. And the bolts are like way behind, so it was kind of not fun to do. So what you need to do is lift up one of these plug wires, and these ones, they're deep, so insert this in there and I just crank them out of there. So I'll pull it out all the way, and at the end of it, when it's like almost at the end of the thread here, I take my wrench out there, so it's easier just to do it by hand here. So I'll get there and then I'll show you how I put the new one in. So that's how they come out. They get caught in the rubber thing, and you see this is like quite gross. I'll put it over there. So I knew my cylinder number 2 was a bit of a problem, so I've got this this rag that I'm gonna put inside here with the help of my tool to try and clean this up a little. Anyways, I'll do it and then I'll be right back with you. Alright, cleaned up. So now all I have to do is to put the new spark plug in there where the plug wires go. Plug it in just like this. Make sure the threads go in there. Nice. And then insert it. Put it on the right side, and same as before. Oops, sorry. Should have taken this out. Alright, so now we're ready to put a spark plug in there. So what I do is put it inside, just like so. Make sure it's well inside the socket. And with that rubber thing, what it does, it's holding it into place. Same thing. I have a hard time focusing. Anyways, you get the gist. I showed you already. So I use this without the wrench, because it's easier just to do it by hand to start with until it gets too much. Just like this. And when it gets tight enough, I take my wrench, and these don't tight very much, just to say, like, I felt a little tension here, so push and that's it. They don't need to be extra tight in there. and then take my coil, make sure it's nice. I wiped it, insert it inside like so, and make sure it's all the way down. So I'm gonna just get going with this one and this one because I already did that one, and then that'll be it. The job is now done. So I've used the NGK G Power, the double, is it double? The Platinum Alloy Spark. There's a different kind of quality of them, and I thought this was the one I wanted to put in there. There's a more expensive one. This is about a mid-grade, and yeah, and other than that, with the size of this is 5/8 for these spark plugs, 5/8, and I've been using Mastercraft stuff. This is what we have for kind of store around here. Lifetime warranty on their stuff, so if it breaks, you can just bring it back and they replace it. So this one, it came in a package of 4 for all the sizes. So with this, I can do pretty much anything, like my truck, the Sentra, whatever I need. So that's going to be the next thing to do. Truck, spark plug, do a small tune-up on it. And so the cylinder number 3 was a little stuck, but it was still clean. I'm just trying to find out. I think it was this one here. Not too bad, but as you can see, they are all gross, and they were needing to be changed, that's for sure. I'm not very nice to this car apparently. Alright, so what's the next job on this one? I've got a fuel pump to change. Actually, I'm gonna take you to the shop and then we'll see what's in my box. So I'll see what kind of next job I need to do on this car. Welcome to my shop. Pretty full of stuff. A quick glance into it. So what do we have? This is not mine. It's for a what was it? A Subaru WRX that a friend has got, and he never came to pick up his lights. So it's not supposed to be in a box. Alright, what do we have? This is, I don't even remember what this is. That's the brand of the vacuum modulator I've been using, the SMPs. It's Gen 1 import parts. Apparently they're quite good. Tell me if I'm wrong, because I'm not a mechanic by all means, so I need to do this. Trying to find out what this is. I'll open the box and we'll see what's in there. It's a plug. Maybe it was from something else that was already done. A friend of mine used to help me a lot with my cars, and he moved away, so now I'm learning on my own. So what do we have? We have a fuel filter. I'm gonna have to figure out how to do this one. That was the belt that was done, a little serpentine. It was done not a long time ago, and I've got another, that's the serpentine belt that I've got to do. And I've got my brake pads. The rotors are back here, and a fuel filter right here, and I've got already one in inside the Rav, so that's a spare. And I've got my oil right there. They were on special, so I bought 2 jugs, and that car burns about a quarter of a pint every fuel up. Not bad considering that this car has 350 something odd kilometers. And this is another job I've got to do. The cover valve gasket. The valve cover gasket to be done. And those are for the spark plug, and this goes around the cover. It's got the shape, so I just kind of put it in and put the cover back on. That's how I got it explained. I don't know if it's that easy, but I'm gonna tackle this when I got some days off. So hopefully before the end of the summer, I'd like to have this car tip-top before winter. And also I want to take it in the mountains and knowing that it's an older car, I like to have this car in good condition and ready to go. Another thing, the company I ordered all of this is Rock Auto, and they get free shipping if you order a bunch of stuff. So my friend and I decided to order a bunch of stuff for the car, even if the brakes are not ready to be done, but at least knowing that I needed a filter and this fuel filter, a bunch of belts, and this gasket too, because it's been leaking. That's why that car is like filthy as hell inside the engine bay. So we decided to add these two. And another thing with Rock Auto is they have two warehouse, I would say. And when you order, to save on shipping, there's an icon telling you, like a little delivery truck, I believe it is. It says they show that icon next to the part you're ordering, so you know if it comes from the same warehouse. That way you can save on shipping. So yeah, with that, it's an easy site to navigate, I found, but you need to know what you're ordering. It's not like calling the shop and saying, I need this jiggy majiggy, and it's kind of round with some blue in it, and no model number, no nothing, and you don't know what it is. So you can also show up at your shop and then just show them this is this thing I need there. So you need to know what you're ordering, but I find it very easy to navigate once you know like which system it is in. And then they even send a bunch of magnets every time. I'll show you. I've got a little collection started. I don't know if you can see. 2 little magnets. I've got a third one inside, probably a fourth one even. So that's the next things I've got to do. So I'm gonna look up the part for the fuel filter. I don't see any trouble with it right now, but it's always good to change eventually. I know I've had this car for probably 50,000 kilometers right now, not more than that, even 70,000, and I've never done it that I remember. So that will be a good thing to do. I don't know the lifespan of a fuel filter, but I think I'm overdue. I'm learning all of this. I have old cars, and to save a couple of bucks here and there on repairs, I decided to tackle this myself. I like a bit of a challenge when it comes to mechanical stuff. I like to fix things. So I decided to start doing my own mechanic for the most part. I had a CV joint, CV joint that blew up on the Rav, and that's a bigger job than I'm confident to tackle. So I brought it to the shop. It's not cheap, but it needs to be done. That little car, it's been really good to me. I've owned it for how many years? 6 years now, I believe, and it had already like 284 when I bought it. And I've been through a lot of places, hundreds of kilometers. I've been to Saskatchewan with it, in Saskatoon, like back and forth. It's a 12-hour trip in very hot weather. I think it must have been 32 or something, and it never failed me really. It just needs the regular maintenance, and knowing that this car is quite simple and the parts are readily available, that makes it easier to fix it. And I've heard from my friend saying that it's one car that's quite easy to work on, so I'm quite lucky for this. Another car I have to work on is and it now got put into the project car pile, along with a lot of other things. So I'll show you little car right there. An old car. It's not running right now. It sort of runs, but it's rough and it needs a brake job on it and a bunch of other things. It's a fun little car to drive. It's no 05, and yeah, I like my old cars. I don't know what it is about them. They're simple. They don't have all the bells and whistles, and I just like it that way, like the simplest things possible, easy to fix. You don't have to run tons of computers and things and all the plastic gimmicks on them. Uh, don't get me wrong, I think new cars are absolutely beautiful. They're more fuel efficient, they handle better, they're bigger for the most part. I've seen the new Rav4 is the size of the Forerunner of those days, of my Rav's days, like in the late 90s. But I have something with these easy, no bells and whistle things. The Rav's radio doesn't even work properly. The antenna is stuck and broken in its this little socket. I put it in and it got stuck in there, probably rust or something. So I cannot catch nothing. The CD player doesn't work. The cassette player doesn't work. But I have an AM FM radio transmitter, so I can plug my old iPod from I don't know when, from early 2000, another old electronic piece. But hey, it works, and I play my 90s greatest hits and things. So I'm old school, but doesn't matter, does it? So yeah, so that resumes it for spark plug and the vacuum modulator repair. And if you have any questions, comments, leave them below here. And thanks for the new subscribers. I'm out at 5 subscribers. It's super exciting. Thank you for those who subscribed. Thank you for those who left a few comments in there. I really appreciate it. Makes mighty to see that people are actually watching my little channel. And I hope you enjoy it. So like, subscribe, leave a comment. And I hope to see you soon. Bye.